The Raspberry Pi is often pitched as a computer for kids and education, but that's not the whole story. It's a great tool for exploration of the Internet of Things and comes with a sophisticated Linux operating system, which makes it a bit less kid-friendly, especially the initial setup and navigation through applications. Kano Computing Limited supplies a kit including all the hardware you need to build a Raspberry Pi computer. Better yet, Kano has customized Raspbian with 2 additional versions designed for use by kids, as well as a simplified setup routine. Hi, I'm Mark Neiman Ross, and welcome to this week's edition of Raspberry Pi Weekly. Every week, we explore the Raspberry Pi and share useful tips. You can install the Kano operating system through the standard installation process. Download Kano OS from hellokano.me/downloads. Select and download the option closest to the Raspberry Pi you currently own. This may take an hour or more, depending on your internet speed. You will now have an IMG file. Use Balena Etcher from etcher.io to create an SD card. Put this in your Raspberry Pi, connect a keyboard, a mouse, a monitor, and then power it up. The boot process starts almost immediately and goes through an interesting game that teaches some coding. The boot process also sets up a Kano account. Finally, the boot process handles some system configuration. It's all very clever. After the install process, you'll be looking at that dashboard view. This is one of 3 views. There is also a classic view of Raspbian, still influenced by Kano, but with an app menu in the lower left corner. Return to the dashboard through the grid in the upper left-hand corner. The third mode is an interactive adventure. It's called Story Mode. Story Mode is a game that teaches how the computer works and how to program. If I move my character up to the Pong game, here is an interactive tutorial on writing a Pong game using a block-style language similar to Scratch. Kano OS also includes LibreOffice, a web browser, and even an app store. If you're a parent concerned about what kids are doing with the computer, go to Settings, and then select Advanced. Click on Parental Lock. You'll be able to select a password and set up appropriate options for your children. The Kano OS provides support for hardware shipped with the Kano computer kits. For example, the Pixel Kit application requires the $79 Pixel Kit hardware. You would buy and assemble the Kano computer and then also buy and assemble the Pixel Kit hardware and then run the Pixel Kit application. In summary, Kano OS is a great operating system for introducing kids to computers and programming. I've enjoyed learning more about it and exploring the way Kano has provided engaging tutorials. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Raspberry Pi Weekly. Be sure to join the LinkedIn group and check out previous episodes on LinkedIn Learning. I'll see you next week with more Raspberry Pi adventures.